Welcome back to TFE, a weekly news podcast in which we give our thoughts, feelings, and emotions on latest gaming, film, tech, streaming, news, and other random crap we feel like. I am your host, Dan, and I'm joined with you, as always, by my co-host, Danny.
Hello.
Very enthusiastic, as always. Let's get on with the show. In this week's episode, we're talking about so many jokers. PlayStation has fully committed to pimping its IP to PC, and there's one cable to rule them all.
Yes.
A very quick rundown of the rapid review section, because, once again...
Boys episode 4, Obi-Wan episode 4, Miss Marvel episode 1.
Yes, those three. Boys episode 4, I can't believe it's got even more crazy.
Great, incredible, yep, cool. Obi-Wan, cool. Miss Marvel, surprising.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting that.
honestly, Miss Marvel, I mean, we'll go full details, but my initial reaction was, I think it's very good for the target market. I can definitely see it.
You.
Maybe not for me, but I can definitely appreciate the visuals and sort of, I think the acting is fairly decent in it as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's meant for a lower age range, and I respect that. It's not meant for me, but I can say it's made very well.
Yeah, we might do a TBOness.
Yes, correct.
Depending on how the show finishes.
But let's go on to stream that movie news into my head, and we've got some trailers. Now, let's go into Castlevania. There's been an announcement trailer for Castlevania Nocturne. Honestly, that was hard to read.
It's like Nocturnal, Dan, because vampires at night.
Yeah, I can't get the joke
Pretty
now.
sure it's French.
I don't think I've ever seen that word written down.
I think it's French. I imagine it's French for nocturnal or something because it's like following Victor, the son and daughter. I was gonna say son and daughter. That's not the right wording. The son of fuck. Why can I not remember the names? Shit, I'm a fake fan. I can't say.
I mean, I'm allowed to not know the names.
Yeah. Oh, I'm getting a fucking blank. Why am I getting a blank? Trevor and Cypher.
Okay. So it's like a jump in the future. They're doing a Star Wars.
Yeah. So yeah, it's Richter Belmont, the son of Trevor Belmont and Cypher Belnades. And the thing is, Alucard could probably turn up in this because he would be able to live. Because he's half vampire, half thing.
I would expect him to turn up in this.
Yeah, I would hope. Maybe.
I'm
excited for this. I know you don't give a shit.
Oh, honestly, I could not cast in the slightest, but I know you do.
Yeah, it's one of those shows that is up in my top 10.
Yes, I mean, is this the first time they've announced it? I know there's been something rumored.
No. It was announced after season 4 of Castlevania.
Yeah.
That was the end of those characters' story, but they were gonna do like spin-off side stories of other other things. And I think it was announced a little while after that it was gonna be following the child of them, which is cool. I like it. I wonder who the big bad's gonna be. Maybe it's Alucard. Maybe he's turned evil in all of his insanity because he got so much shit happened to him.
Are you gonna force me to watch it like you did the first 4 seasons?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
I think it would be interesting. You might enjoy it more.
I sincerely hope so. Although I feel like I'm in the minority here. A lot of people seem to like this show.
Yes, it's a great show. You are weird, but that's because you don't like anime.
Yeah, I think that's more it. It's just I cannot get with that art style in the slightest. I cannot
anime
care.
Has so many different art styles, so I don't get what your problem is. Anime is not one specific art style. It's made in Japan or China or like Eastern countries. That's anime.
Yeah,
all anime is an Eastern art style, not a Western art style. And both imitate each other, so I don't get what your problem is with it.
It's just that 2D look to it. I can only deal with like sort of that 2D look on cartoons or not cartoons. What's the word? Sitcom. I want about. It only works for me for sitcoms. It doesn't work for me for drama.
It's debatable.
But that's me, right? That's complete personal preference. I'm not saying that it is good or bad. This is entirely me.
No.
And I'm sure I pissed off many people by just saying that. How many views do you reckon we've lost by me saying I don't like anime?
None.
Well, I like to think so. But there has been a huge trailer this week in Black Adam.
Yeah, The Rock it came out, and then The Rock promoted it at the Summer Game Fest thing, and he was shirtless, as he always is.
Because you love The Rock.
Yeah, let's go with that.
The
only movie I've ever liked him in is Fast and Furious 5.
What about Red Notice?
No.
Okay.
I like Gal Gadot and Ryan Reynolds in that movie. I think The Rock's just playing The Rock. That's every role he's in. He's just The Rock. And I don't
like
Black
Adam, do you reckon the same?
Yeah, it's just more of a douchebag Rock, but it's still going to be The Rock. All it is now, his Fast and Furious character is just an actual superhero rather than, or any of his characters is now just actually called a superhero. Because every fucking film he plays is he's just a army guy, but won't die like a superhero won't die, or does things like in Hobbs and Shaw, he pulls a helicopter in with his muscles alone, whilst tied to the back of a car.
I suppose that's what Captain America does.
Yeah, but any role he's in, he's either playing a superhero, but not by name alone. It's just The Rock being so insecure about everyone thinking that he's fucking strong, that he can't take any fucking hit. In the Fast and Furious franchise, him and Vin Diesel and Jason Statham had a contract where they had to get hit an equal amount of times because neither one of them could be shown to be stronger than the other.
That is actually ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just egos of fragile men. It's stupid. And now he's got a superhero role. Good for him.
Yeah, okay. So let's just ignore The Rock is in it.
Everything else about it looks great.
Yeah, so I was going to ask, do you like the trailer? Do you like the art style? Do you like the plot?
Everything other than The Rock I liked. Like, I think Pierce Brosnan looks cool. I think it looks cool. But I like Shazam as well. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Dr. Fate.
Yeah.
That's always been a character that's been a bit of an interest of mine that I've seen sort of from the DC games and stuff.
I think Hawkman looks cool.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I think I might go watch that one. Maybe we'll be doing a TBO/TBOness.
Yeah, well, it's the only DC film they have left this year because all of the other ones got delayed.
Yes, and
despite the fact
the
that
Flash.
The Batman.
We'll talk about the Flash later.
And despite the fact that the Batman had a trailer for all their movies that were meant to come out in 2022, and then two of them got delayed to 2023.
That's quite funny.
Yeah.
And yes, our last trailer is Prey, which is a exclusive coming to Hulu / presumably Disney Plus in the UK.
Yes. Prequel of Predator set in native times.
In the native times, eh?
I can't remember, prehistoric, early man sort of thing. Like
prehistoric. You are right with prehistoric.
Yeah. And the reason why I was interested in it is because Amber Midthunder in it from the Legion. And so,
yes, to be honest, that trailer does actually look quite interesting to me. I think I'd actually want to watch that.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I'm just like, yeah.
Once it comes on Disney Plus, I'll watch it. You know, that's not common for me. Most of the time, I do just tend to watch Marvel films.
Yeah. Or never having watched any of the Predator movies or Alien movies, and only ever seeing one Terminator movie. This actually makes me interested. Also, it's got a near Revenant scene where a bear is attacking someone.
That is a bit weird.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Cool. I think it looks cool. I'm generally interested in it. I just want to see if they kill it.
Yes, well, but talk of things that aren't dead, Spider-Man No Way Home, as it's coming back to theaters with a new extended cut.
They learned their lesson from Morbius that every re-release of a movie is cinematic, box office gold. Morbius made billions of dollars.
Yeah, Morbius is fantastic.
I don't know how to feel about this because we've already had the DVD release. So is it just going to be stuff from that? Or have they held off specifically from releasing DVD stuff to then just put it in the film?
Well, people are annoyed about this because this extended cut will not be brought to home theater.
Yeah. Well, I imagine it would probably be after at some stage, down the line.
Possibly. I mean, it depends what's new in this extended cut. They haven't announced anything yet. At least I haven't seen anything.
It kind of reminds me of that Deadpool PG-13 Christmas cut thing that they did. That I never got to watch because it was just a very limited re-release of the movie. Just kind of proof that you could do a PG-13 Deadpool to basically showcase to Disney. And then no one went and saw it because no one wanted that. I never even really watched any. I haven't watched any of the clips online except for the stuff that came out in the trailers. So I need to watch it at some stage. But yeah, it's an interesting. I want to see how much because Spider-Man's the 6th highest grossing movie of all time, I think, at this stage.
Honestly, that film does not deserve it. It does not deserve to be the sixth highest grossing film.
$1.89 billion USD. So I think that makes.
I imagine Sony are now happy they kept the deal with Disney, aren't they?
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it is the 6th highest grossing movie of all time. So I reckon this re-release is to try and push it a little closer to the other ones. Because it could potentially overtake Infinity War.
That's mad.
If it made, because it's at 1.89 billion approximately, and Infinity War is at 2.05 billion. So it's
what
very
is Star
close.
Wars on?
Star Wars. Hang on. So the Star Wars: The Force Awakens is at 2,068,223,624. This is all rough. This is all different. Like, according to Wikipedia, Spider-Man: No Way Home's at 1.9 billion, and Infinity War is at 2.04 billion. So 408 billion. Avatar is still the highest grossing movie of all time because it got re-released in China. Endgame is second. Titanic is third. Star Wars: The Force Awakens is fourth. Avengers: Infinity War is fifth. Spider-Man: No Way Home is sixth. Jurassic World is seventh. The Lion King remake is 8. The Avengers is 9. And Fast 7 is 10. So, out of the top 10, Disney owns 8 of the highest grossing movies of all time. And had Fast 9 not overtaken Frozen 2, they would have owned 9. I think Disney's just trying to get as many films. Actually, no. Well, technically Disney only owns 7 if we're counting Spider-Man as a Sony film.
Spider-Man is Sony. You can't say it is Disney. It's not.
Yeah.
It's completely owned by Sony.
Yeah. So it's technically 7. But I imagine Disney's trying really, really hard to get Jurassic World and Fast and Furious 7 out of the top 10 spots. So
They probably will eventually. They probably will.
Oh, yeah. If they re-released anything, I'm sure it would go whoop.
But going on to the other side of the coin, DC has got some more news about upcoming films, which is Joker 2 has been officially confirmed. Which I'm not sure how happy you'd be about this.
I don't care. I don't particularly love Joker. I think it's fine. It looks nice. My favorite moment in that movie is where he gets into the fridge for no reason. I just love it. Yeah, I don't think that movie deserves to be $1 billion. It is the 32nd highest grossing movie.
Thank you for your stats.
I just happened to see that. It's behind The Dark Knight Rises though. By like 7 billion.
7 billion?
7 million, not 7 billion.
That's what I thought.
I would be impressed if it was that behind. That's Morbius numbers.
Or minus.
No, 7 billion. Morbius is the highest grossing movie of all time, Dan.
Yeah.
They just haven't put the stats on yet.
I'm trying to look how you pronounce the new Joker title. Folie à deux. That's how you pronounce it.
Folie à deux, which I think translates to something else. I can't
It's a mental illness.
Yeah.
It's a delusional mental illness shared by two people in a close association.
Yeah, so everyone's either speculating that they're doing 2 Jokers or they're bringing Harley Quinn into the universe.
What, Margot Robbie? Just bring Margot Robbie into Joker?
Well, not Margot Robbie, because that wouldn't work in terms of... I would be amazed if they did.
Honestly, have you seen Warner Brothers? Have you seen what they do?
I would love if Warner Brothers did attempt to try and just smash all their universes together. Because it's either going to be... Well, they've got the Joker universe, which is separate from the Batman universe, and then they've got the Suicide Squad, which is technically a continuation of Suicide Squad, but it's also split. And then you got Birds of Prey, which is technically in that universe still, but doesn't feel like it. Then you've got Black Adam, which is Shazam, which is technically a part of the DCEU, but has like only references to it, and has Superman turn up at the end, but it's not Henry Cavill's face, so you can't 100% confirm it's in the DCEU. And then you got Justice League, and then you got Zack Snyder's Justice League.
DC is a mess. But I'm telling you right now, that Joker film is either going to have Margot Robbie or Jared Leto in it.
And a digitally resurrection of Heath Ledger.
With a mustache.
We're going to get 3 Jokers. We're going to get... and Barry Keoghan from the Batman. We're going to get all 4
Barry
Jokers.
Keoghan, yeah.
We're going to get every single Joker revived. We're going to get the Cesar Romero Joker from the Adam West Batman stuff. We're going to get Jack Nicholson Joker. We're going to get Heath Ledger Joker. We're going to get Barry Keoghan Joker. We're going to get Jared Leto Joker. And we're going to get Joaquin Phoenix Joker. And then we're going to get Mark Hamill Joker from the animated stuff as well. And the games. And then they're all going to be on screen. And it's just going to be them laughing at each other for about 4 hours. and that would be the greatest joke of all. People went to the cinema to see 8 Jokers just sat in a room.
Yeah, and to be honest, while we're on the topic of DC, Ezra Miller has been in the news again, as the courts currently can't find him, as they're trying to serve papers to Ezra Miller, as he is currently under prosecution for grooming allegations.
Yeah.
Which, I kind of can't fathom this. So it's a bit hard to describe.
Can we get like a Hollywood celebrity like groping thing every couple weeks? It's not new.
No, but it's like, it's almost like we're watching a crime documentary play out in real life, which kind of is what a crime documentary is. But
wow,
it's still sort of weird. Like, I reckon in a couple of years there will be a documentary on this.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to work out how many movies Disney has in the top 50.
Why are you doing this now?
I don't know. It's just
Move
in
on.
front of me.
Move on. Close the tab, say goodbye, and record the podcast.
Aquaman
Anyway, okay, yes, I need to talk about Ezra Miller.
Is still
now.
the highest grossing DC film of all time.
Yes, it is. It definitely is, and that's another one I'm going to talk about in a second as well. Yeah, so this puts Warner Brothers in a tough spot. I think at the minute they still want to release the Flash film, but that's dangerous, right? Like, you can't have the Flash film released now, can you?
Well, you can, just no. Well, people are still going to go watch it.
Will you watch it?
Probably not. I didn't care about it to begin with.
I'm not going to watch it.
I would have only watched it if we'd had done this podcast and none of this had come out. And even then, I wasn't really caring about it. Also, it's funny that it's got 2 Ezra Millers in it, because there's him and alternate him. So they have double the Ezra. So,
double the groping, eh?
Even if they wanted to remove one, they'd have to remove both.
Yeah, so this, like I said, it does put Warner Brothers in a tricky situation. Do they just release this film and hope for the best? Or do they shelve it entirely and just write it off? Or do they recast and reshoot it? What would you do in Warner Brothers if you were Warner Brothers?
Well, I don't think reshooting it works with a different person, because you then have to, well, unless you're just going to completely upend it and change the storyline. Because I think, whilst yes, you could do the Flash is just a random one, and then you'd just be having the introduction of a new Flash that then resets the timeline. I guess that works. Somehow ends up in the timeline that Warner Brothers wants.
I mean, DC Universe is kind of a mess anyway. If you just sort of just recast him from the get-go, reshoot all the scenes he's in.
Just maybe drop a light, like pour over all the files that you have of all the DC projects coming out and everything like that. Just get some firelighter and just spray it all on there. Just flick a match, Joker style, with all the money. Just set fire, because it's not about the money, it's about sending a message. So you just got to burn all of the DC stuff and just give it like 5 years and then just come back to it.
Although you can keep Batman. Batman's fine.
Yeah, keep the Batman. I'd even say keep Harley Quinn and the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, they do well enough. I mean, I think neither of us particularly liked Birds of Prey.
I liked Birds of Prey.
I can't remember which ones you didn't like.
I didn't. I think we have a video on what
we do. I can't remember. There was 2 DC films you put really bad reviews for. I know one was Suicide Squad, the first one.
Yeah, and Batman v Superman.
Was it that one?
Yeah, I don't like that one.
I couldn't remember.
Terrible. That's the worst. That's one of the worst ones. Because it was such a disappointment. That was just bad.
And then carrying on with Warner Brothers doing questionable stuff, Amber Heard has seen increased Aquaman 2 screen time in test screenings.
I bet that's going well for them.
Warner Brothers don't seem to make sense. They honestly don't. I don't understand this.
What they should do is digitally replace Amber Heard with Johnny Depp. Just
this
cut
whole
all of
Aquaman 2 mirror situation is a shambles because Warner Brothers can't make up their minds. There's different rumors of them just killing off Mira, which is one of the worst things you can do because Mira makes sense more ways than one. For Aquaman 2, you need Mira.
Yeah.
Or do they just reduce her, take her out of the film? Do they recast her? Or you do what Warner Brothers have just done and increase the screen time for her. Increase the screen time of the most hated woman on the internet currently.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
What a smart business decision from them.
It's going to get people to go because people are going to want to complain about it. Yeah.
Do you think people are actually going to go watch it if Amber Heard's in there?
Because Amber Heard's got supporters. Amber Heard's got supporters. Those people who wouldn't go...
Nowhere near that
but those people who wouldn't have gone and seen it will now go and see it.
Only the people who support Amber Heard will go see that. Anyone who supports Johnny Depp is not watching
Aquaman
that
2
film.
will break the box office highest grossing movie of all time just because of people wanting to go see Amber Heard.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
I reckon it will do well. I don't care. I don't like Aquaman. Aquaman was fine. But like, it is not the best thing DC has ever done, and I don't know why it made so much money. I think it was just people going, yeah, it was fine. And fine things do well. Because they're not controversial, they're just in the middle. And so no one's disappointed or pleased or sad. They're just like, yeah, that was a movie.
As far as it was
time waster.
Waste my time for 2
No one
hours.
remembers it. It's like Avatar. It's fine.
That's true. Avatar's a perfect example for a fine film.
Yeah. It had cultural impact in that it's just the highest grossing movie of all time. And it looked kind of nice. Other than that, it's fine.
Yeah, and let's go on to some more positive announcements. Where The Boys has been renewed for season 4.
Yeah, after episode 4.
Yes, I think it won't need another season. I do still hope it ends season 4.
I hope it keeps going forever and Amazon milks this dry and keeps trying to sell dildos.
Are they actually selling them now? Did Amazon actually sell them?
No, but they made a website that's fake. But you can actually go and look at the products. Imagine if this is how Amazon start making money. Send The Boys merch. I would have thought it would. I'm surprised they aren't selling like limited edition dildos that people could buy. That would have been great marketing.
People would buy it. People would actually buy it.
Yeah, it's great. I think it's funny.
It is quite funny. And there's also been some other announcements at Netflix as well.
The main ones that I care about are the Cuphead show is returning for season 2, which makes sense because it kind of just ends abruptly. It's returning on August 19th, which is quite impressive though for a turnaround on animation because it came out. They
started working on it.
Yeah, I know. It was probably. I imagine what they did was it basically was one season, and because they're only like 12-minute episodes. So I reckon they just made 2 seasons, or at least 1.5 seasons, and then went, ooh, okay, we'll just cut it in half and then make the next season and release it later on in the year. We already talked about Castlevania. Dragon's Blood Season 3 is coming, which I'm looking forward to, also in August, which is great. Again, quick turnaround because the second season only came out at the beginning of the year. Free Devolver Digital games are joining Netflix's lineup, so we're getting more games on Netflix. The Reigns, Free Kingdoms, Point P, and Terra Nil are the games. Netflix is doing a documentary on Arcane.
Oh, so really? I have made it and everything.
Yeah, they're doing a behind-the-scenes thing.
I would actually
Bridging
watch
the Rift looks inside the making of the series. We're getting Inside Job second season announced.
Oh, that's good. I did enjoy that. That is one of my favorite sitcoms on Netflix.
Skull Island animated series, so a continuation of Godzilla and Kong, worked on by the studio that made Netflix's Castlevania. So I'm very interested. They're making a cyberpunk anime thing for Netflix TV show, which looks kind of cool. It's called Edge Runners. Stranger Things 4 Volume 2 teaser shown. I didn't realize that Stranger Things had more stuff coming out.
Yeah, so season 4 has just come out. I need to actually stop watching it, but the episodes are about an hour and a half long each.
Yeah, but isn't it like
mental?
Because it's half of the thing, isn't it? It's like half. Well,
you would have thought it's a half, but there's 7 episodes. That hour and a half long
I think
each.
It's half. I think it's like a part 1 and a part 2 thing. So
yeah, but I think it's slightly more than that though. Like it's because how they do their seasons 1, 2, 3, 4, it's not necessarily a number of episodes each season. It's a story for that season.
Yeah.
So it's not
apparently
actually
more is coming out later in the year.
Yeah, so apparently it's not actually like season 1, season 2, season 3, season 4. It's more like films where it would be film 1, film 2, film 3, film 4 in a TV show format.
An animated film, The Sea Beast, from the filmmaker of Moana and Big Hero 6 is coming to Netflix. A new film. The John Wick creative team is working on a vampire movie with Jamie Foxx. Troll is a new movie coming from the Tomb Raider director. Anything else? anything. Zack Snyder and Sophie Boutella appear from the set of Rebel Moon. Oh, right. Yeah, this is Zack Snyder's next project, Rebel Moon. It's like a sci-fi epic for Netflix. So one of the villains, or one of the characters. It's kind of like Star Wars, Dan.
I love Star Wars so much. It's so good, right?
But it's Zack Snyder's take on Star Wars.
Imagine if Zack Snyder actually did a Star Wars film.
Well, he is. It's just going to be on Netflix, Dan. And not have Star Wars as the name. It's called Rebel Moon. I think Zack Snyder would do a good job.
I think Stranger Things Volume 2 only has 2 episodes. I might be wrong here, but that's what it says on IMDb.
The Umbrella Academy cast discusses upcoming 3rd season. Oh, The Sandman is coming on August 5th, which is a very popular comic thing, and it's getting adapted into a live action thing for Netflix, which seems cool. And that's about it, really, in terms of stuff I care about.
Yeah, I think that's fine. There's many more. You can go check it out. We're not going to cover it all here. We've got more stuff to cover. So we're going to move on into no fucking thanks. And talk about Seth Green, as he appears to have repurchased his kidnapped Bored Ape NFT for nearly $300,000.
Yep, that's it. The saga of Seth Green's stolen ape is done. And I hope someone steals it again. And he has to pay a lot of money to buy it back again. And this just keeps happening to this man. So that we never get that stupid animated show that he's trying to work on.
But do you not want to see a whole TV show based on an NFT?
No.
But why not? Does it not sound engaging, entertaining, delightful?
No.
Well, that's a shame. Because, okay, if it wasn't a TV show, would a NFT game be any better?
It had potential, but most of them are half-assed and not really worth anything.
Well, that's a shame, because there's a new NFT game that's coming to Epic Games, and it's a battle royale.
Yeah, that trend didn't die like 3 years ago.
I think Warzone was the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a cowboy Old West NFT driven game called Grit. So yeah, and it will launch on Epic Store, because Epic was like one of the companies that went, yeah, we're going to experiment with NFT games because that's going to go well.
I kind of lost a little bit of respect from Epic for this.
Yeah. So it's an Old West battle royale with 6 shooters, steam engines and horses, and a poker-based loot system.
Did you say poker-based loot system?
Yeah. I don't know how that works.
Are you just play Texas Hold'em?
Probably.
Is that what this game is? It's just gambling in Battle Royale. The Battle Royale is actually a poker tournament.
Okay, so play as an entirely unique character and customize their looks. Generative Hero NFTs allow you to own your gunslinger and access cosmetic loadout slots, increased earning potential, and more.
So it's also pay to win?
Probably, yeah.
Sounds like it sucks.
So it's in partnership with Gala Games, a blockchain gaming company. In addition to a battle royale, Grid is now an NFT game. So yeah, it's basically just a bunch of receive your one of 10,000 generative characters, basically a cowboy avatar you use in the game. Yeah, that's about it. That's all it is. It's just a game that's a battle royale, and your character. So only 10,000 people can play this.
Only 10,000 was limited.
Well, if it's only one of 10,000 generative characters, then surely only 10,000 people can play this, because you can't make 10,000, unless people have to pay the person whose character model they're using, or people are sharing character model assets.
Also, this is a bit random. I'm sorry we'll come back to this, but I did just look, and The Boys actually has got their own merch from Amazon.
Yeah.
Carry on. I just want that out there.
Are you going to purchase anything? Are you going to buy a dildo?
And actually, it's many hoodies and t-shirts.
Yeah, I know. I would have imagined that the biggest marketing company and consumer product and shipping company in the world would probably have their own merch for a show that they own. Yeah.
I was wondering why they haven't got it, and I was like, yeah, they do have it.
Yeah.
They've got one for the death of Translucent. Out of sight, never out of mind.
They had the translucent dildo, and then it was discontinued, on the store for
Is
the
that because
dildos.
it didn't exist?
Yeah, because I think it was because he wasn't a part of the 7 anymore, so they discontinued the dildo.
Anyway, let's move on to we've lost the controller of the newser, and we're going to talk about the Grammy Awards as they've added a video game store category.
Score. You said store.
I read store, so that's why I said store.
I would be amazed if the Grammys added a video game store to the show. Hey, come in and buy our games. Just put a game in.
Honestly, I
just put a game in the Grammys.
So I read video game store, and I thought, that makes sense. So they're either going to go, like Steam or Epic or like Go Galaxy or something like this. Like, he's like long-term support, like, helping people. But no, okay, I clearly got that wrong.
No, it's just the Grammys have now added the video game score section. So Destiny and like The Last of Us and Halo and all of those ones with really memorable music, people can now have their opinions completely disillusioned when like Modern Warfare wins it.
I really hope Modern Warfare does not win it.
I hope Modern Warfare does, because I imagine they'll take into account like sound design and all of that.
There's so many better games though.
Yeah, but it's not games, it's the score. Call of Duty has really good like gun sounds and stuff. Like that's one thing.
Call of Duties do.
Like the sound design in Call of Duties is pretty good, except when their footsteps make no sense.
Infinite Warfare was not good sound design. You are not telling me Infinite Warfare had any good sound design.
I liked Infinite Warfare.
I liked it for the jokes. I didn't like as a meme game. I didn't like it as a good game. It's not. I
thought it was fine. I liked it. I didn't.
I'm not saying it's not fun, but it's not a good game. It's like like Venom. Like Venom's not a good film, but it's enjoyable.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. Like Infinite Warfare is the Venom.
I enjoyed it. I think that's the last Call of Duty that I paid for that I actually enjoyed. Yeah,
probably true to be honest. So let's go on to some game trailers now. And we're talking about Modern Warfare 2. So yes, Modern Warfare 2 has had a game trailer.
Yeah. And gameplay.
Yes, it does look somewhat interesting. However, I don't think I will be buying it still.
I don't care at all. I'm so done with Call of Duty. It's insane at this point how little I care. Because it just looks like Modern Warfare.
What it is Modern Warfare 2 remake.
Yeah, I know, but it has no difference in graphics or anything like that.
Would you not look forward to playing Shipment again?
No.
Because
I never liked Shipment. I've never liked Shipment. I've never understood why people give a shit about Shipment. Like, everyone wants to... the only reason Shipment is good is because it's a quick level up, like, strat. Because you could just get insta-farming kills. You could just sit in a corner and just watch people run in front of you and just shoot the shit out of them. There's no skill in Shipment.
You've got to appreciate the pre-order beta.
Oh, yeah, where you have to pay to play the... Yeah, I'm so sick of that, where you have to... I hope that... Well, I'm surprised, because I would have thought... Because Sony has... It's with their PlayStation Plus thing. You have to get... I think every game is going to require, like, a trial. So I wonder how that's going to work with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Because technically, if Microsoft does eventually purchase Activision, will that rule still apply to PlayStation Plus if you want to play the games on it?
Maybe.
Although I don't know if the trial is only games on the PlayStation Plus service, where it's like the games that you get from it. I don't know. I think it might be every game afterwards has to have like a playable demo. Like if you want to be on the PlayStation Store. It's not very clear.
Yeah, I think Sony needs to release a bit more details on what they're going to be doing.
It's coming out. It's like out already in some places, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. So if it is out, it's about to be out.
Yeah. Well, they've been a bit dodgy on it. It comes out on the 23rd in the UK, at least.
Yeah.
But I think America gets it like next week. And then I think it's been out in like Japan.
However, Modern Warfare 2 has not been the biggest trailer of the week.
No.
Oh no. That belongs to the greatest new game of all time. The most anticipated. The one everyone's been waiting for. Goat Simulator 3.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the sequel? Did you enjoy Goat Simulator 2?
I did. I don't remember playing it, but I did.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, what they had to do. They had to take it off the store so no one could buy it anymore.
Ah, they did a Rockstar on their remaster where they had to take it off the stores and a Cyberpunk.
But joking aside, there actually is no Goat Simulator 2. That's just a joke they made.
Yeah. Also, they parodied the Dead Island 2 trailer.
Yeah,
which came out in 2014 and has not had has had minimal news ever since.
But they've done it anyway, because why not?
8 years. 8 years and that game still hasn't come out.
What, Dead Island 2?
Yeah.
I thought it came out.
No, it never came out. That's why everyone's parried. Like, that's why it's so parodiable. Because it's not come out. Dead Island 2 has never released.
Is Goat Simulator 3 actually coming out?
Huh?
Is Goat Simulator 3 actually coming out?
Yeah. But Dead Island 2 isn't.
That's so funny.
Because it's, I think from the history of Dead Island, it went through development hell. Then it got sold off to a different studio because the developers were like having massive internal problems with trying to make it. And Dead Island is kind of just famous for having really good trailers and then having mediocre games. Because the first Dead Island had like one of the most interesting trailers ever. Because it was, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, like it was just following like a little girl or something. And then there's like a child falling out a window or something. Or someone falling out a window. It was a very good trailer. I can't remember it because it's fucking ages ago. And then the game was just basically a zombie, just shoot zombie game. And it wasn't look anything like the visuals or anything like that. And then the second one that still hasn't released yet was the Jogger. And it was like a really good trailer because it was just this man jogging with headphones on whilst zombies and everything and the apocalypse was basically happening around him. And that's very good. And then they parodied that in this game.
Would you be willing to buy Goat Simulator 3?
I have the first one, and I really enjoyed it.
I do have the first one. It's just stupid, right? It's just stupid fun.
Yeah, it's a goat, and then they have Long Goat, which is a giraffe, and then they just have like all of these other like variations of goat, which is just it's dumb.
So much goat.
Also, they're really fucking clever games because they have so much like parody of like pop culture stuff in them. They're just very like and they have like secret levels and stuff like that. It was a really fun game. I genuinely enjoyed playing that game a lot.
They've also now upscaled the graphics quite clearly, and it seems these goats now have superpowers of like.
Oh no, they had superpowers in the first game, but
I mean new superpowers. I mean,
yeah,
there's some new ones I don't think I've seen before.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it's fun. I look forward to watching everyone just on YouTube and Twitch just playing the shit out of this because that was the meta ages ago. And hopefully it returns.
That would be funny. But let's go to Sony, because Sony has been in the news as they seem to be porting all their IP onto PC, which I think we had a discussion about before. I said they would do it, and you said they wouldn't.
Well, I was skeptical, because I was like, if they did, I don't think they'd do the game that they're releasing on PC. But then, because I said they wouldn't do SpiderMan and they wouldn't do The Last of Us. Because those are like their babies. They're like their most precious IPs that they own. And Sony would probably never put them onto a platform that isn't their own console to try and sell consoles. But lo and behold, we had the release of Spider-Man coming to PC. And then it leaked that The Last of Us remake was a thing. And the trailer got leaked. And so we found out that the PlayStation like exclusive is coming to PC. And after it's released on PS5.
Yeah. So,
and it got officially confirmed and everything like that.
I've always said this makes sense, as they don't make money from consoles. Of course, they make money from the
They don't make money from the consoles. They make money from the games. And so if you can then resell your game to a market on PC, then yeah, you're going to make crap tons of money. Especially when they're charging 90 quid for like the Ultimate Edition.
That is actually a scam.
Like, I love The Last of Us.
That much money for a remastered game.
Of a remaster.
Of a remaster game. Yeah, that is...
Because I like the fact that they're not showing the original PS3 version. They're having to compare the remaster to the remaster. It does look incredible, though. Like, the side-by-side comparisons look absolutely insane. It looks like The Last of Us 2. And also, I think they're reworking the combat system so that it plays like The Last of Us 2, which is a much needed. Because the biggest issue with The Last of Us was the combat. Like, everything in that game was great. The combat it was finicky and didn't work and was janky and all that. And just didn't flow smoothly. Whereas they fixed that in The Last of Us 2. And so, that's good. Also, it was announced that the multiplayer game mode is coming back, but as its own separate thing. And it's because I can't remember Factions. I think it's called Factions, their multiplayer thing, because they had it in the first one. I think we tried to play it like 2 or 3 years ago, like once all of the servers were dead and everything like that. And it was fine. It's kind of like a just shooter, and I don't like third person shooters really, because it just feels weird to be shooting over the shoulder, and I can never get accuracy on them.
Yeah, I think I don't mind third person games. A good third person shooter is Guardians of the Galaxy.
I need to play it. I'll play it when it's on.
And the
PlayStation
reason
Plus.
why is it's got like auto lock on the enemies. You don't have to aim. And you may say, "Oh, it's not. That means it's not got skill," but like that's kind of the point of the game. You're a superhero.
Yeah, it's for children.
Yeah, and it's more about the story, I think, for Guardians of the Galaxy anyway.
Yeah, I do want to play that. I just didn't have money, and it's a shame. No. But now it's coming to PlayStation Plus, and I will probably play it at some stage.
Yeah, I did start playing it on my PC. However, because I had Game Pass for a period of time.
Oh, I had Game Pass for a period of time. I played nothing on it.
I played a couple. I
had it. I had it, and I was just like, okay, what Xbox game titles that I wouldn't normally play can I play? And I just went through their entire catalog, and I went, nope, don't really care, don't really care, don't really care, don't really care. Oh, this one's interesting. Oh, I can already play it on my PlayStation.
Yeah, anyway, yeah, so I started playing Guardians of the Galaxy. I did enjoy it. However, I soon discovered that game is not meant for keyboard or mouse in the slightest. As the whole menu system is like, you got to press A then B, and like sort of, it's that sort of system. And then we have like 1, 2, 3, 4s. It's difficult to do when you're moving at the same time. Like, you're meant to have a lot of movement and then do these 1, 2, 3, 4s. You just can't do it all like the number of fingers. You need to have.
You just plug in a controller,
which is what I did. So I started plugging a controller. However, my PC cannot run it. It just dies. I have it on the lowest possible settings, and it still runs awful.
Fair enough.
It's
we
a
also
very
got
intensive game.
Some looks at the TV show.
Oh, for Last of Us?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one come to HBO Max, and will probably come to Sky.
Yes. And I'll probably have to pirate.
Yeah, just like you did Peacemaker.
I haven't pirated. I didn't watch Peacemaker. I still have not watched Peacemaker. What I might do is I might pay for Now TV once The Last of Us comes out, and then I might just watch both Peacemaker and The Last of Us at the same time.
Yeah, I need to actually.
Then we can.
Well, the TV onus like 2 years later.
TV onus on the Peacemaker. Like a year later, I finally.
I cannot get through the first episode of Peacemaker. I watch like 20 minutes, and then I don't go back to it until like a few weeks later. And then I'm like,
I've heard it's like the best thing DC's ever done, and I'm like, okay, I need to watch this, but I also don't have any platform that it's on. So, and I just don't.
I can't get into it. I cannot get into that film. I keep trying, and I will try again.
TV show.
I thought it was a TV show.
No, you said film.
I thought it was a TV show. Anyway,
well, it's recorded, Dad, so you'll find out.
That's enough of that. Let's go into Xbox, as Xbox Cloud gameplay is now on Samsung Smart TVs.
Yeah, so Xbox Game Pass is coming to PlayStation, coming to smart TVs.
Imagine if Game Pass actually came to PlayStation.
You could technically if you use the browser version.
Yeah, I suppose so.
But yeah, I don't really mind. This would help. Apparently, it works like really well, and yeah, it's useful. I don't need to buy an Xbox if I want to just play Xbox games. I could just use my Samsung TV.
Yeah, yes it is. And Xbox is also building the gaming platform for the next 20 years, supposedly.
Oh, this was just the article about like all of Xbox's current plans and shit like that, and introducing the like how they're bringing Xbox to Samsung TVs and what they're bringing to Microsoft Edge and Windows 11 and stuff like that.
Do you actually think Xbox will release, or Microsoft will release another Xbox ever?
They might do.
As in like a full-fledged console, I'm on about, not just like a little piddly Chromecast thing.
Oh, yeah, they are meant to be bringing out a Chromecast like device for Xbox Game Pass to probably bring it to other TVs, not Samsung smart ones. Because I think it's only 2020 models of Samsung Smart TVs will be able to have it until eventually they bring it to like the older versions.
I doubt it will go to older versions. There's probably actually some sort of processing power that's required.
Well, I don't think there's much difference between the one I have and the one they're bringing out now.
Yeah, but it's 2020. If you got 2021,
I have 2020.
So it will run, right?
No, 2022 versions of Samsung.
Oh, right, okay.
The next generation, Dan. The ones that are coming out this year.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not too sure about the details of it. It's probably more of a con. Hasn't Microsoft and Samsung got a partnership? I swear that happened at some point.
They've had partnerships in the past. It's not uncommon. They've got like cloud-based gaming stuff because you could get Samsung stuff and Xbox stuff together. Like they have worked together before. It's not a new thing. Like I think they've worked on like software. It's like Samsung working with Android and stuff like that. It just happens all the time. Yeah, it's interesting.
Xbox also seem to be doing some customization as adding Xbox Design Lab, where people from 17 different countries can submit designs to get their custom Xbox controllers made.
Yeah, Xbox loves to make customizable controllers.
Remember when they did the Sonic Xbox?
Sonic furry controllers.
Yep. As you definitely would want to have all your Cheeto dust.
Cheeto dust.
Cheeto dust all over those.
We don't get Cheetos here.
We do not. What's the equivalent? Pringles?
No.
Doritos?
Yeah, Doritos probably, but they also are in America. What's the what's our I think we have an equivalent, don't we? They're like,
do we?
I've seen similar things to a Cheeto.
Monster Munch?
Yeah, Monster Munch probably. That's not like a Cheeto design, but it's just that powdery caked in like flavor.
I assume it has to be Monster Munch.
Yeah.
Or maybe Quavers, but I don't know why it'd be Quavers.
Not Quaver. No, Quavers aren't that dusty. I think it's Doritos probably.
Yeah, like that's most similar,
especially with the Xbox branding, it's the Doritos. Doritos dust.
I think that's it for gaming news, so let's go to Tech Time and Science Shenanigans, where we are going to talk about the dystopian tech, as Axon halts plans for taser drone at 9
people on the ethics board resign.
Thank you. That title threw me off a little bit.
Well, you wrote it.
I didn't write it. I didn't write the title, the article.
Yeah, but it's probably been shortened.
No. That's the title of the article.
Yeah, well, okay, whatever.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's the article.
It's basically just 9 people on the ethics board at Axon resigned over the introduction of their plans to make a taser drone, which is just funny.
Yeah, doesn't sound like a great idea, does it?
Because I love the future of drones, because we've got the flamethrower drone, we've had the gun drone, we've got those drones that catch other drones with nets. We got drug dealing drones. Drones are just great. Also, Axon is the company best known for developing the taser. So that's why it's fun. Because how do we modernize the taser? Bring it into the drone world. Now women can have pocket drones with tasers in to get rid of the men who sexually harass them.
Or you can have a drone that follows you around everywhere and gets rid of the stalkers for you.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, is that what you said?
Pocket drone.
Just pocket drone. It flies out your pocket and then goes back into your pocket.
No, but it has a taser, so it's the pocket drone. Like
no, but
pockets
to be fair, women don't have pockets.
Purse drone.
No, my point is, because they don't have pockets.
Well, this would be able to carry your... Yeah, this would be able to fly around and always have your taser on you. Alexa,
there you go. That's the solution.
Women
don't
Alexa,
need pockets,
call in drone
strike.
drone.
Joking aside, how do you not have pockets in your clothing? Like that... Imagine if you didn't have clothes.
It's to sell purses, Dan.
That's true. It's a scam.
It is. It's the biggest. It's because women carry purses, so why would you need pockets? I imagine if men wanted to be sold bags, then men's clothing wouldn't have pockets. But men can both carry.
Right. Isn't that a new thing? Men handbags. I swear that's a thing.
Yeah, man bags.
Yeah,
men handbags.
But most men are like, no, I don't want that. I want my pockets.
Like, I know designer companies are really trying to push it, and I'm just like, okay, I'm not paying $1,000 for a bag. Like, a bag is...
I don't want to carry a bag. I'd rather just have everything in my pockets.
I like having a bag. Bag's useful. I always carry a bag. Like, even on a night out, I always carry a bag. Because it's just it's useful. Because I don't like leaving my shit around. So I have, like, a charger in my bag. I have, like...
Why?
Because if my phone dies, I don't want to have it die.
Why is your phone going to die?
Because sometimes I don't charge it before I go out, and then if I'm out and about and I'm using it because I hate going out and so I'm always on my phone just looking at my
phone.
phone.
Mr. Unsociable here. Why would you ever go out then? If you don't like going out, don't go out.
Because sometimes you have to have human interaction. You can't be alone. And then if your phone dies because you're just not being sociable with anyone. And then it's nice to carry my jumper in my bag. Like sometimes you carry your keys, your wallet.
I can imagine you just go to a nightclub and just take a rucksack with you in a nightclub, and everyone's just staring at you.
I generally have. I've carried a bag into.
What is this guy doing?
You also get your bag searched, which is always funny because they're like, "Oh, people are trying to smuggle in drinks." I'm like, "No, I'm just carrying a bag." I just like carrying a bag. It's just practical for me.
Okay, fair enough. You do you.
Thank you. I will.
Yep. Can you say the next article because I've somehow got rid of the page?
Apple WWDC 2022. Everything announced. All big Apple software updates. So Apple had its developer conference before their phone conference thing, where they show off all their software updates.
Yes. So
and the biggest takeaway is that you can now delete your messages from iMessenger. Hell yeah!
No, honestly, I love it. It's so good. It's so funny to me.
A thing you've been able to do on every other platform for ages. Apple has come out and brought it to the world.
I'm so looking forward to the conference saying, we're so glad to announce we've finally got USB-C onto iPhones. This latest invention will allow us to do so much more.
Well, some of their laptops have had
the iPads have it.
Yeah.
It's just the phones.
Yeah, some of their stuff said USB-C.
Majority of it has it now. It's just the phones.
Yeah, lightning
and the MacBooks as well. The MacBook chargers are always different.
Oh yeah,
each year they change the charger.
Yeah, so
that's banned now as well.
Yeah.
We'll get onto that.
Well, it's so that you have to buy their new product or you have to buy their charger again because it won't.
Oh yeah,
work.
I see. Yeah, while we're on the topic of that, because we just talked about it, the EU has got a new legislation in place. It's not in place. It's a proposed law.
Every phone after 2024 or every product after 2024 has to basically have USB-C.
Yes, the only exception is laptops, and laptops is 2026 because of the high wattage, high current.
Yeah, but we're getting to USB-Cs being able to do that.
Oh no, they can do that. They completely can. It's just the infrastructure isn't quite there yet.
Yeah,
I think there's no chargers that officially do it. Although I think there's a cable.
I think I could charge my laptop using USB-C.
No, but you can't do 240 watt.
Yeah.
That's the difference. It's that 240 watt you can't do yet.
Yeah. It's just,
And that's required for like CAD laptops or computer aided design, high gaming laptops. They need that high power. So that's the only caveat to that. So that's why we were joking just a second ago about iPhones bringing USB-C.
So
also, just
iOS 16 now? And
yes,
Mac
iOS 16 is
OS
a new
13 and Watch OS 9 and TV OS 16.
Honestly, looks about the same. Doesn't really look any different.
I've not looked at iPhones for ages.
Oh, they also announced the new M2 chip.
Yes.
Which they said is more powerful than any GPU, which is laughable.
But it can do 15.8 trillion operations per second with 16 core neural engines.
You're not telling me that is more powerful than an RTX 3090.
Over 20 billion transistors. Second generation 5 nanometer technology.
Yes, actually, I should
50% more. What does that word say? Memory bandwidth. 100 gigabytes memory bandwidth. 18% faster CPU. 35% faster GPU. Nope.
Yes,
yep.
I want to clarify something I said earlier about that GPU being better. It's to do with it being more optimal or optimized.
40% faster neural.
Can you shut up? I'm trying to talk it.
24 gigabyte LPDDR5 memory?
Why are you going through the stats of this? You don't care about this.
I don't care, but someone out there does.
I guarantee they do, but we're not going through the stats.
8-core CPU, 10-core GPU. I think that's everything.
You done?
Industry-leading performance per watt.
Yeah, so now it's important I'm trying to get onto now. When Apple said the GPU is the best in the world, it's to do with it being the performance per power. Because the RTX 3090 it's going to be the most expensive thing on your energy bill.
The M2 can handle multiple streams of 8K and 4K video.
Yes, and there's also
all those times where you watch multiple 8K and 4K videos at the same time.
There's also a bit of confusion now with the new MacBooks. So some of the MacBooks have got the M1 Pro chip and then they've got the M2 chip. I think the MacBook Pro has M2 and then the MacBook Air has the M1 Pro. And I think there's 2 different MacBook Pros now. And yeah, it's just kind of weird. And it's terrible naming schemes from Apple here.
Oh, and they're expensive. $1,199 for the MacBook Air.
That is a lot.
Starting price. So it can go high.
The thing is, saying that, as much as I disagree with some of Apple's pricing structure, that M2 chip and M1 chip are fantastic. I think they are the best. They're the best performance chip.
It features a new AC adapter and MagSafe technology.
Oh look, not the right charging cable again. Also,
80% charge in 20 minutes.
That's pretty decent. But that's because it's a glorified mobile.
Yeah,
it has a mobile chip in there.
Yeah,
it hasn't got any. I don't think it's got any active heatsink.
Oh, well, this is good, Dan. It can run No Man's Sky on a MacBook Pro with the M1 chip.
Yes. I also want to clarify the USB-C rules very quickly. These laws also state that they must be integrated into the device and they're not allowed to do a dongle.
No dongles, Apple.
No dongles.
The prime market of every Apple device is a dongle.
So Apple's going to be gutted about this. They're probably going to go, no. We need the dongles.
We already made all these dongles. What are you going to do with all these dongles? Remember when Apple first introduced the dongle? When they got rid of the headphone jack and they made the adapter dongle for the headphone cable. Simpler times. And then they had the double dongle, where it was the dongle that allowed you to charge your phone and listen to music at the same time. Because that's the archaic way of the future, is rather than having 2 things that can do one job each, you need one thing that has to then do 2 things.
Yeah. This legislation also likely means that the micro USB is going to die soon, and it will be just one cable to rule them all. Everything will have to be USB-C.
Until the next cool cable comes out.
I'm not too sure what it means about sort of other accessories, such as like USB-A ports on laptops and keyboards. Do those have to be USB-C as well?
I'm sure USB would just be.
Well, the whole point is, because there's so many different USBs, right? And which means you need more cables. The whole idea of this legislation is climate change and getting rid of e-waste. You don't need to keep making so many cables. You could just have one cable to do everything. And the easiest way to do that is everything is USB-C. Because USB-C has the advantage it can be used as a master or slave device.
Slave device?
That's what they're called. They're called master and slave. Although there is a bit of disagreement with that technology. That's genuinely what they are. It's master and slave. That's exactly what it is.
Is one of the cables white and the other one black?
No, they tend to be the same colour, the cable.
No master race cable for us, eh?
Yeah, although I think they changed their names now. I think it's like master and secondary. They changed it to main and secondary.
Even worse.
Because people got a bit funny about the names. They didn't like it was called slave, even though that kind of is what it is. That's kind of literally the exact kind of terminology. It's exactly what you think it is in terms of data.
It's like people getting upset about Boba Fett's ship being called Slave 1.
It's the same thing. It's just a terminology that's been used.
He's a bounty hunter. What do you want? He's not meant to be a good person.
Yeah, so main or secondary or master and slave, whatever you want to call it. I'm sorry if you get offended by it, but that is kind of
black
what it's
and
called.
White.
That's not. No, it's not called black and white. Do not call it black and white. You cannot call it that. Yes, anyway, yeah, so USB-C can technically go into all the USB-A ports.
Amber Heard or Ezra Miller?
Which is a master or slave?
Depends on what the internet decides.
But yeah, I think that's it. I don't think I've got anything else to say on any of the news. Is it? So let's go on to recommend, do, recommend, don't. Is there anything you've done this week you would recommend?
I watched Jurassic World Dominion. I liked it.
Was it any good?
Yeah, I liked it. It seems to be very controversial. Everyone's super upset or super happy about it. I thought it was good. I thought it was nice. I don't care at all about the Jurassic franchise. I have watched the first one and the reboot or continuation ones. And I think they're all about pretty much the same. I think they're just dinosaur movies with people
Yeah, fair enough. We'll leave it there because you're clearly running out of things to say.
I have loads to say on it, but it's just meant to be a recommendation, and I recommend it to people. Like,
there we go.
You don't care. Have you watched any of them?
Not a single one.
Exactly. So, like, I'm not going to talk about it because you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about half the time. So if I were to basically just explain the plot, you'd be like, okay, cool. And I'd be like, well, sick. So it's just your fault. Watch movies.
No. Simple as that. Anyway, thank you for listening. I have not done anything, if you can tell. I'm a hermit and I'm becoming the new Obi-Wan.
Oh, I also recommend people buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards because I bought Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yes, buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards to play with Danny. He's got no friends.
White Dragon and Exodia. And Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl and Winged Dragon of Ra and Slifer the Sky Dragon and what's the other one? Obelisk. There we go. I had to look at the card. I'm cool. I'm 23 and I own Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Such a cool guy.
I think so.
Thank you for listening. If you have enjoyed...
I have an announcement.
Let me finish my thing.
No, I actually genuinely have an announcement.
Okay.
And I want people to hold me accountable to this, so I need to announce it on this, or otherwise I won't do it. So, I am going to maybe bring back my gaming channel. And
oh my god, really?
Because of Yu-Gi-Oh! I have essentially realized that I can play Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links on my PC and actually get it in a format that actually looks nice to watch, rather than trying to record it off my phone, where it's vertical? Yeah. So I think over July, I'm going to be, because I'm off for 2 weeks, I'm going to basically be maybe live streaming it. I'm not sure yet, but I'm just going to be either just recording or live streaming a shit ton of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, just trying to find cool battles and shit like that. So I'm gonna bring back my YouTube gaming channel to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links because I'm a child.
Well, go check him out.
Frankenstein Gaming. It's in the link tree. I added it.
You added it on purpose. All right. Thank you for listening. If you have enjoyed this podcast episode, please leave a review, share it among your friends, and check out our socials in the link tree below. We now have a Twitter account, so you can DM us and retweet or do anything. Anything that helps the podcast out would be great. And we'll see you next time for another episode of TFE, where we can bring you more depressing news. Or go check out TBOs, where we do our random sections. And you can check out last week's TBO, where we go about the happiest things in the world right now and the past year.
Yes, and I don't try and derail it at all.
No, this man doesn't try to ruin the whole episode and make it depressing when it's meant to be happy.
Nope.
That's sarcasm, guys.
100%
anyway,
positive, 0% negative. Check it out.
Catch you guys later.
Bye.